Congratulations, Erica Slezak.
On March 17, Erica Slezak celebrated her 40th anniversary as Victoria Lord Davidson on One Life to Live.
Here's to you, Erica.
You look like you're about to burst into tears.
Yeah, well, they seem to be right here most of the time. I think it's more nervousness than anything else.
Well, you sure are beautiful, even when you're nervous.
Wait till they shave my head.
Honey, you are going to come through this. Our family has more than paid their share of dues.
Well, I hope you're right. I pray you're right. But just in case things don't quite turn out that way, I have a request.
Anything you want.
Clint, please don't ever let Maria Roberts take over as mother to our children.
Roberts becoming mother to our children is never going to be an issue. That's the last thing in the world you have to worry about.
But if I die, it could be a possibility.
No, it couldn't. I am not in love with Maria Roberts. And I'm not making any plans to marry her in case you... Viki, for Pete's sake.
But you know, Clint, you've spent an inordinate amount of time worrying about Tom Dennison taking over as father, so I don't really think that I'm that far out of line to worry about Maria taking my place, especially now.
You should be thinking about positive things, not dreaming up cockamamie what-ifs.
Please, please don't let's quarrel now.
I'm sorry, honey. I don't want to. I don't mean to do that.
Just listen to me and take it for what it's worth, okay? I don't trust Maria Roberts. She lied at the hearing. She's sneaky, and the children are not that fond of her.
Since when?
I've seen hints of it. Since she's been living in Ace's house, they've had a lot of opportunity to spend time with her.
She has been very kind to them. I'm sorry. Go on.
Basically, that's just it. That's all. It's just that every instinct in me tells me that she would not be a positive influence for them.
Okay, fine. Robert, becoming mother to our children is never going to be an issue. That's the last thing in the world you have to worry about.
But if I die, it could be a possibility.
No, it couldn't. I am not in love with Maria Roberts. And I'm not making any plans to marry her in case you... Viki, for Pete's sake.
But you know, Clint, you've spent an inordinate amount of time worrying about Tom Dennison taking over as father, so I don't really think that I'm that far out of line to worry about Maria taking my place, especially now.
You should be thinking about positive things, not dreaming up cockamamie what-ifs.
Please don't let's quarrel now.
I'm sorry, honey. I don't want to. I don't mean to do that.
Just listen to me and take it for what it's worth, okay? I don't trust Maria Roberts. She lied at the hearing. She's sneaky, and the children are not that fond of her.
Since when?
I've seen hints of it. Since she's been living in Ace's house, they've had a lot of opportunity to spend time with her.
She has been very kind to them. I'm sorry. Go on.
Basically, that's just it. That's all. It's just that every instinct in me tells me that she would not be a positive influence for them.
Okay, fine. That report has been filed. And now we don't ever have to think about it again. Because you are going to come through this, honey. You are going to come through this. And your memory is going to return. And then you are going to return to me. You see, it's like I told you in the beginning. I know these things. No matter what kind of doubts you have, I know these things. And when you're out there in the operating room, I'm going to be praying to the big boss, and I'm going to be loving you, and I'm going to be planning ahead for us. That's you and me.
Mrs. Buchanan?
You pulled it off because of rain? Did you find out they weren't really my x-rays?
I regret that neither scenario is true. I thought you might want one last talk. Mr. Buchanan? Hello? Dr. Taylor?
I was just telling my wife here that I know she's going to come through this just fine.
We'll certainly do everything we can to ensure that.
Clint, would you mind terribly if I talked to Dr. Taylor alone, please?
Do you want Tom to come in?
No. Not until Dr. Taylor's left, but then, yes, please.
Viki, you know that I'll always...
Lightheaded?
Uh-huh. Where's my hat? Is it on straight?
Yes, it's just fine.
I feel like I'm going to the showers.
Why? You just feel like that. You ready?
Uh-huh. Tom, can you go with me as far as you're allowed?
As far as I'm allowed.
Good. So I guess now it's up to Dr. Taylor and Dr. Graham and God and who knows. I'm ready. Tom, where's your hand?
Here, Viki. Well, Viki, here's Clint.
Good luck, Viki.
Thank you, Clint.
Bucky, why don't you sit down?
I don't want to sit down.
But Larry said the operation could take a long time.
Maria, anything can go wrong in there. One small complication.
Why don't you stop dwelling on the negative and be a little more positive?
Maria, Viki is not having her appendix taken out. She's having brain surgery.
Clint, I have just had surgery myself. Everything went wrong, and here I am. Look, I know the risk and the danger that she is facing, but I promise you she's going to be all right. Now, please, would you sit down and relax, all right? Just sit down and relax.
How are we doing, Fred?
Pt1 over 70, holding.
Let's position her. You have good lines?
Yes.
We'll have to watch the fluids. We don't want to overload her system. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. It won't bother me, and I know you and Mrs. Buchanan are good friends.
Thank you for letting me observe.
Start a second Ringer's lactate.
Administering Ringer's lactate.
How we doing, Fred?
Ready here.
Okay, craniotone. We'll drill several dime-sized burr holes here in the area of the aneurysm, and then cut through the cranium, connecting the holes.
Suction.
Okay. Now let's have a look at that aneurysm.
BP is 80 over 60, heart rate 65.
Not as stabilized as we hoped.
No, I'm afraid we're in for some problems.
Where's Court?
Well, he's at the hospital with your mom. but there was nothing I could do, dear. I said my prayers for her, and that's what really counts. I promise you she's in good hands. But the horses need exercising, and you guys want to go for a ride with me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm okay?
She's gonna be okay, yeah.
Okay, you guys change your clothes, and don't forget your jackets.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, do I owe you a debt for saving my hide. Thank the good Lord for pretty redheads.
Hello, Clint.
Dorian.
How are you doing?
Well, waiting is not something I'm good at.
Back in the days when I was practicing medicine, sometimes I would worry more about the families than I did about the patients. What can you offer a family except words of hope?
Dorian, what are Vicky's chances?
Without being able to see her chart or the test results, I can't give you an informed opinion. She does have Dr. Graham working for her, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yes, he's being assisted by John Taylor.
Uh-huh.
That's a good team.
Well, that's what Larry says, and Vicky seems to trust both of them.
That's important. You know what's even more important? She's a fighter. She's a survivor no matter what, and you know that.
Thanks for your support, Dorian. Oh, there's a cord.
You go ahead.
Thank you.
I wish you would have offered him a little more hope.
He knows how serious this operation is, Maria. There's no point my lying to him. Anyway, my conversation was with Clint, not with you.
Well, that's true, but I am concerned.
Yes, I saw how concerned you were when I walked in here. For goodness sakes. You know, you're really making the most of this tragedy, aren't you?
What do you mean?
I mean, don't you think that we ought to wait to find out if Vicky is going to live or die before you start making moves on Clint?
Yeah, Clint, I'm sorry. I wish I could have been here a little sooner.
Well, I know that you had an important photo assignment this morning.
Yeah, I just hope some of those pictures turned out and they're in focus and everything. I couldn't keep my mind on my work. Hey, are you all right?
Yeah.
I wish there was something more I could do for you. That's why I came by to let you know that if there's anything you need, I'm right here.
I appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot to me.
Any idea how long she'll be in surgery?
No. If only I had believed her when she said that Nicky Smith was gone forever.
Clint, it's not your fault that you had an aneurysm.
Well, but my lack of faith couldn't have helped her condition any.
But you don't know that.
No, but I know that she wouldn't have turned to Tom Dennison in there if I had given her the trust and the support that she needed. And if anything happens to her,
Clint, please stop talking like this, all right? It's not going to change anything. Believe me, I should know. Look, I even beaten myself up over the fact that I didn't believe Tina when she told me that she was pregnant. If I had, she never would have gone down to Buenos Aires with Max Holden. Then she'd be alive and well and with us here today. Hell, she'd probably be driving us crazy, worrying about Vicky right now. But what's done is done, and we have both got to accept that.
Nobody believed Tina, Cord. But that was her fault, not yours.
Yeah, that sounds real good in theory, Clint, but it's real hard to keep that guilt down.
Yes, I reckon I'll spend the rest of my life with mine.
Oh, come on, Clint. Look, I came here to give you some support and cheer you up, not make you feel worse. How Kevin and Joey taking all this?
Well, they had some questions at breakfast this morning, but they're doing okay. In fact, you know, little Joey told me not to worry. He said that his mommy said that this was going to be a piece of cake.
That lady of yours is something else, Clint. And I know that when she gets her memory back after this operation, your marriage is going to be perfect, just like it was before.
What if it's my last half hour on Earth?
Vicky, please.
I don't know why anybody doesn't want me to talk about this.
Because it hurts, that's why. Besides, why tempt fate?
My survival is not going to hinge on my discussion of it, you know.
Why? I'd just rather think about you than in the recovery room, coming out of the anesthetic.
when I have the world's largest headache, huh?
And opening up those beautiful blue eyes, looking at me and saying, "Hi, Tom."
And then what?
That, well, that's going to depend on your memory, isn't it?
Oh, Tom, you think I'm going to be appalled by my former feelings for you, and you think I'm not going to be able to look you in the eye. But I think I'm still going to want to be with you.
No sense in going on until she's stabilized.
How's the fluid intake?
Adequate. Okay, fellas, we're winning the battle. BP's 100 over 70.
Don't give up now, Viki. We got a long way to go yet.
She's stabilized.
Okay, let's get to that aneurysm and get out of here as quickly as we can.
The obvious, Dorian, but your insinuations are outrageous.
Your perjury on the witness stand was outrageous.
Everything I said was true.
The truth is, you were trying to split Viki and Clint even further apart.
You know, given your past history, I just can't imagine why you've appointed yourself as her protector. And I can assure you, she doesn't need to be protected from me. And by the way, I am hardly throwing myself at Clint.
Oh, please, you've been doing that ever since you came to Landview. You used to be more subtle about it, though. Ever since Viki lost her memory, however, you've pulled out all the stops.
Why don't you mind your own business?
I've been trying to do that. But I can no longer stand by silently while you try and take advantage of that man. Nor, well, poor Viki is in there fighting for her life.
If you knew that man at all, you would know that he makes up his own mind about everything, especially his friends. Get out of my way, Dorian.
I'm not finished yet.
I am. I am not going to stand here and take your abuse. I would like to talk to my son.
Why in the world hasn't your son come to talk to you?
It doesn't take too much intelligence to see that he is involved with his father.
Ah, could it be, though, that he's found out that you lied about Tina?
I beg your pardon.
You knew that she was pregnant before she left for South America. Yet, you managed to keep the information from Cord. You've been a busy lady. You must be exhausted.
You are truly insufferable. I don't know how anybody can be so hateful and so mean.
Oh, please, save the phony tears, will you? You're going to need them when Viki pulls through this and she and Clint reconcile. Of course, you're hoping that she'll die, aren't you, to make things a lot easier for you. But I wouldn't count on it, Maria.
Oh, my God, I would never wish Viki dead. I just don't want her amnesia cured. If she remembers I was Allison's accomplice in Jessica's kidnapping, Please, don't let her remember anything. Tom?
Night, Wanda.
How's Viki doing?
Well, we don't know. They haven't given us any information so far.
Oh, well, then things must be going well. No news is good news, isn't that what they say?
Well, yeah. I wish that were true.
It's going to be all right. I know it is.
Oh, yeah? Well, why do I get this feeling, Wanda, that she is slowly slipping away from me?
You're talking. My Vinny, if he were here, he would say, okay, Tom, can the dark thoughts. Viki is a fighter, and when she fights, she wins.
Tell me, Wanda, was your Vinny always right?
He thought so.
Was he very close to Viki?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were like family.
Yeah.
Her sister married Vinny's brother, that's Larry, and we were always very close, and we always took care of each other. And but just like Larry now is taking care of Viki.
Sure, that's nice. It's very nice. I envy that. Nothing like having a sort of close family, is there? Mm. I often wish Mary Lynn had a brother or a sister.
Did your wife want more children? please forgive me. I'm sorry.
No. I wasn't thinking about my wife, actually.
Well, maybe someday you'll tell me about her.
I see the circle of Willis. And there's the aneurysm. Arising from the anterior cerebral artery. It appears to be about 2 centimeters in diameter.
Do you see any others?
No. Let's prepare to clip. How we doing, Fred?
BP 100 over 60 and holding.
Very nice work, John. We're doing quite well on time, also.
Sometimes, as the aneurysm enlarges, it develops a narrow neck and can therefore be clipped across the base.
We got lucky this time, huh?
I'm getting some PVCs.
Now keep an eye on them. We're almost finished closing. Okay, let's get her back to neuro.
I'm getting a 10-beat run of VTAC, heart rate 180. I'm giving her lidocaine. I can't reverse her.
Oh, my God.
You hot?
No, but Clint, if you want to go outside and get some fresh air, I'll go with you.
What the hell's going on in there? Must be trouble.
Now, wait, don't start imagining things. If there were trouble, Larry would come out here and tell us, right?
Yeah, if he could get away, unless he couldn't leave.
Hey, now, Viki is going to be just fine. The Buchanan family has had more than its fair share of bad luck so far this year, right? Starting right now today, that's all going to change.
I think I'll walk down to the chapel and have a talk with the big boss. Thanks for being here.
Hang in there, Clint.
Cord, I'm so glad you came down here to be with your father. He needs all the support he can get.
Clint's hurting real bad right now, Ma. I think the only thing that's going to cheer him up is when he finds out that Viki's going to be all right.
I think you're hurting as much as Clint is. I know you can't stop thinking about Tina. None of us can. Whether you choose to believe that or not, I do feel the same sadness.
Look, I don't want to get into this with
Don't
you, Ma.
do this to me, Cord.
You did it to yourself.
If you will put your anger aside for just a moment and let me explain what happened.
Look, I have
why...
heard enough.
Fine. If we find out that Viki is all right, could we please go to dinner?
I'll see.
Cord, I can't stand your being angry with me. I love you very much, and I miss you terribly. This is tearing me apart.
I can't deal with this now.
You're never going to forgive me, are you?
I'm going over to Ace's right now. Kevin and Joey there. I want to see how they're doing. If there's any news on Viki, just give me a call.
Yes, I will.
Fine.
I'll call you right away.
I see a nurse I know. Let me see if I can find out something about Viki.
Oh,
Doctor.
Doctor, my wife has been in surgery for hours. I want to know what the hell is going on in there.
What's her name?
Victoria Buchanan. Dr. Graham and Dr. Taylor are operating on her. Larry Wolick is also in there.
I'll check and see what I can find out.
Thank you.
Boluser with bicarbon epi.
She's in V-fib. We've lost pulse and blood pressure.
You sure you don't want to change your mind? No. I know how concerned he is about Viki, but I have to do this. Okay. Dad?
Mary Lynn, what are you doing here, honey?
I need to talk to you.
Oh, it seems there was a slight complication earlier, but they've taken care of that. That's about all I know right now.
It's optimistic, isn't it?
Well, Look, Mary, Lynn, you don't want to wait here, do you, honey? Wouldn't you be more comfortable at home?
I have to ask you about something. I need to know about my mother.
Mary Lynn, this is neither the time nor the place for questions about your mother. I don't know what's gotten into you. Why would you come here now for that? You know how concerned I am about...
I've got a pulse now. BP is low but steady.
Repeat bicarb, Epi. She's not converting.
Larry, don't worry about me. I'm fine. It's so peaceful here. I feel so free, as if I'm floating on an ocean of clouds. I have no pain, I have no fear. I've never been so tranquil, so at peace.
I've got no pulse, no BP. We're losing her again.
Come on, Viki. Fight. Don't quit now.